Hey, hey, what do you say? What do you do? This is your trusty correspondent, Dan Denton. This month, on Just Another Way to Waste 60 Minutes, instead of giving you the Bigfoot report, we decided to hit you with where has Santa Claus been and what has Santa Claus been doing. All right, you ready? This story is from CNN. Thieves dressed as Santa and elves raid Montreal grocery store, claim inspiration from Robin Hood. 'Twas the week before Christmas in a Montreal store when Santa stole groceries, then walked out the door. A group of thieves wearing Santa Claus and elf costumes stole cartloads of groceries from a supermarket in Montreal on Monday night, with an activist group later claiming credit for what they said was a Robin Hood-inspired heist to provide food to the needy. Montreal police spokesperson told CNN that around 9:40 p.m. on Monday night, 12/19, a group of people stole what we assume is food from the store. Man, that's kind of a cool, heartwarming story, really, man. The world kind of needs more Robin Hood, don't you think? All right, here we go. This story is from the Chicago Sun-Times. Thrill seekers subway surf in Christmas outfits atop CTA's holiday train in Loop. As the CTA's holiday train was making the rounds through the Loop recently, Santa Claus was the one being naughty. Well, at least someone dressed up like him was. In videos circulating on social media, someone in a Santa outfit is shown subway surfing atop the holiday train, climbing to the train's roof and standing, walking, and, at times, waving while engaging in the illegal and dangerous pastime that is rampant in New York City. The trend, documented in much lesser numbers in the Chicago region, is strongly discouraged by the city's transit agency. You know what I really appreciate about this article is how the Chicago Sun-Times just totally and completely throws the city of New York under the fucking bus. They're like, hey, this is the bullshit New Yorkers do, but here's Santa Claus doing it in our city. Wow. Okay, here's another one from CBS 12 News in Florida. Santa and his underwater entourage take a holiday plunge in Key Largo. Forget dashing through the snow. Santa Claus traded the North Pole for the Key Largo Reef Saturday for his annual holiday plunge. Swapping his sleigh for scuba gear, Santa dove into the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary at Pleasure Reef for a visit with marine life. And he wasn't alone. He brought along underwater elves and a festive mermaid who delivered a sea turtle-themed Christmas tree. All right, there's a couple things to unpack here. First of all, it says Santa dove into the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary. Did you know technically DOVE is dove? That's a bird, and it's not technically the correct way to say the past tense of dive is dived. DIVED. That's what I'm trying to say. DIVED. Dived. DOVE is dove. Anyway, I learned that in some English class years ago. It had to be a long time ago. I've been out of school for years. Okay, here's another story from the official Bureau of Land Management website. Smokey Bear joins Mr. and Mrs. Claus to continue LTVA annual toy giveaway. Volunteering their time and resources, Bureau of Land Management BLM employees and volunteers once again brought holiday cheers to families during the annual Colorado River District Long-Term Visitor Area toy giveaway, marking the fourth year the employee-driven event has taken place. A highlight of the day was a special visit from Smokey Bear, who arrived alongside Santa and Mrs. Claus to welcome families and greet children as they arrived. As vehicles pulled in, children eagerly waved and shouted greetings, clearly excited to see Smokey step out and join the festivities. His visit quickly became a centerpiece of the event, adding energy and excitement throughout the day. Almost all of the children proudly reported that they had been good all year, Santa said with a smile. Man, I kind of wish I was there. Who wouldn't want to hang out with Santa and Mrs. Claus and Smokey the Bear? That sounds like a great time. All right. You might be able to hang out with Smokey the Bear and Santa and Mrs. Claus if you do enough mushrooms. Okay, this is our last story from ABC7 News in New Jersey. Firefighter battles New Jersey house fire while dressed as Santa Claus. There was an emergency call to a house fire, and members of the Old Bridge Volunteer Fire Department rapidly responded. When all hands are on deck, they need everyone, including a firefighter who was dressed as Santa Claus to answer the call. Michael was part of the Santa run on Tuesday night spreading holiday cheer when the department got the call for help. There was no time to change clothes, and the fire was raging. I took my wig off and my hat and my beard because that would get in the way and I didn't want it to ruin them. Said, we were returning back to our route to go back to our Santa runs, and then this call came in for the structure fire. It came in as a full fire, full-blown fire. Has been playing the role of Santa for 29 years, but when his engine company arrived at the blaze on Sioux Street, he jumped into action and went to work helping colleagues battle the house fire. I knew my job was to get water to the firefighters and get water to the guys who were on the hose to get into the house, said Hawkins. So I was stretching line into the house as the firefighters were making entry into the house to get that fire out. Man, is there ever a more classic, iconic, feel-good, heartwarming story than Santa Claus showing up to fight fires? Oh, that's better than the best Hallmark movie. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Those are just a few of the events that Santa Claus has been up to, and hijinks and mishaps and mischievous behavior and good things. And keep listening every month to Just Another Way to Waste 60 Minutes. And we're sure to bring you more hilariously ridiculous reports that you have no use for whatsoever.